Hi, welcome back. Have you ever had a panic attack and had symptoms such as sensations of your heart pounding, sweating, shaking, choking, feelings of extreme terror? Have you been so scared that you thought that you would be out of control? Maybe you were going crazy. Have you felt tingling, like you were choking, shortness of breath? Well, these are some of the symptoms, and you would need four in order to have a panic attack. Um, in this video, we're going to be talking about what to do when you have a panic attack, and I'm going to give you 3 tips to calm down. Hi, I'm Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach, and I help busy professional women develop a self-care routine so that they could finally bust through limiting beliefs, let go of perfection, and step into their most aligned, confident selves. Let's get started. So let's talk first about what the panic cycle is. So the panic cycle is a typical way that a panic attack will present itself. So the first thing that might happen, and let's use the example of cardiovascular symptoms, okay? So the first thing might be that you'll experience sensations, physical sensations. So in this case, maybe you'd have accelerated heart rate, maybe you'd feel you're pounding in your chest, maybe you feel a little short of breath, okay? And you get these physical sensations, and then you have some thoughts. And the thoughts might be something like, oh my gosh, I must be having a heart attack. What's going on? There's something very wrong with me. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is getting worse. And then you have more physical symptoms because the stress of the thinking sets off a type of alarm, which would be a natural response that something is wrong. And your body is saying, okay, let's release some adrenaline to take care of this danger. The problem is that if you've already been checked out by a doctor and there's nothing physically wrong with you, you're having a fear response that is for something that isn't really fearful, because these are just symptoms minus anything physiologically wrong. So the cycle is the physical symptom, the thought. Now, the physical symptoms, again, because of the anxiety about the fear, like you're worried, the thoughts are worrisome. And then you might have some behaviors, like anything to do to escape what you're feeling. Or let me get some help, I must get some help. So there's this panic cycle. Again, then more physical symptoms, more thoughts. So one of the ways that we use this understanding of the panic cycle is to address the symptoms and the thoughts and the behavior. So let's discuss the 3 tips. The first tip is to remind yourself that your physical symptoms are harmless and you're having a panic attack. Okay, so that's the first thing. You want to ground yourself in the reality that there is nothing that's going to happen to you. Of course, you've been checked out by a doctor. You know that you're okay. If this is your first panic attack, you might definitely want to get checked out by a doctor and let someone professional tell you that what you've experienced is a panic attack. Tip number 2 is to interrupt the panic cycle by doing some breathing. So now this is a behavior as opposed to trying to flee. You want to say to yourself, okay, I know this is a panic attack. I know I need to help myself. So typically when we're panicked, we begin to breathe, shallow breathing from our upper chest. What you want to do is bring the air down to your belly. So you're going to inhale to the count of 1 by bringing the air into your belly. And then you're going to exhale and you're going to say the words relax. And you're going to do this 10 times. Inhale again, number 2, and then exhale and say relax. And you want to do this until you get to 10. And then start all over again until you begin to feel some relief. There's different breathing exercises, that you can do. This one is diaphragmatic breathing. And now this works is that you don't want to take in more air than you can breathe. You want to take a normal amount of air in through the nose, and you want to bring that air in by placing one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and you want to feel your belly extend, okay? And then on the inhale, you're feeling your belly extend. And then on the exhale, you're going to pull in your belly so that the exhale is basically a response from pulling in. So it's more of a natural response. And then you're going to do that again. So all of these three things together, remembering to count 1 to 2, 3, and so on, and as well as the exhale saying relax, is going to really get your mind busy. And it will get your mind off of the negative thinking that you have and put your mind on the interruption of the behavior. And tip number 3 is to remind yourself that you're doing the best you can and to continue on with whatever you were planning to do at that point. So if you were in the middle of making dinner and you have a panic attack symptoms, after you've told yourself these symptoms are harmless, and you know that these symptoms are harmless because you've been checked out by a doctor, and after you've done your diaphragmatic breathing by inhaling to the count of 1 and exhaling, bringing the air all the way into your belly, and then allowing it to exhale by saying relax, doing that 10 times. And the third thing that you're doing is do your best to continue with your activities as planned. So the big thing about panic attacks is to make sure that you resist the temptation to stop or avoiding things that you ordinarily will do because you have anxiety over having another panic attack. That could create a prism of potentially having panic disorder, and we don't want that to happen. It doesn't need to if you know to interrupt by doing your breathing, and also do your best you can to continue as planned. So in this video, we talked about some of the symptoms. We mentioned the panic cycle and how that works, that you have physical symptoms, thoughts, and behaviors, and how they're interrelated. And we also talked about 3 tips. The first one is that you remember that you're having a panic attack and the symptoms are not caused by a physiological problem and they are harmless. Tip number 2 is that you interrupt the panic cycle by doing diaphragmatic breathing, by inhaling to the count of 1, exhaling, and saying relax. You want to bring the air into your belly by letting your stomach extend out, and then contracting and letting the air come out. And the third thing you're going to do is do your best to continue your activities as planned. Well, I hope this video has been a benefit to you. If it has, hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And even better, how about leaving a comment and letting me know what your experience of a panic attack has been and how you've managed it and what has been helpful for you. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video. Bye.